What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Toronto Maple Leafs day one of free agency. Big day for them. Couple of guys departing, couple of guys, nobody staying on actually. A couple of guys signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So a big day for the Leafs. I would say overall pretty good day. I think Kyle Dubas, he worked with what he could, and I like some of the moves he made. Let's get right into the video, guys. So we're going to start off with the professional tryout contract. It's a PTO, and that's going to be with Josh Ho-Sang. He's 25 years of age. He was coming into the league very, very highly talked about. He was a first-round pick by the New York Islanders. And he just never really panned out in his career. He played 21 games in his first season, and he scored 10 points. Then in 22 games the season after, he scored 12 points. So he's a guy who can, provide some bottom six depth, but nothing crazy there. The next player is, of course, the goaltender, Peter Mrazek, who, he's 29 years of age. They signed him to a 3-year deal worth $3.8 per, so 11.4 over the 3 years. And I like the signing. I really, really do. He came from Carolina, and he had he had some pretty good seasons. Last season, his goals against was 2.06. He was fantastic in a small sample size of 12 games, with a .923 save percentage. So Peter Mrazek, he hasn't played so much. He didn't play so much due to his injury. He had a thumb injury. He had thumb surgery, so he was only able to play in 12 games. Keep in mind that it was a 56-game season, and in those 12 games, he was absolutely sharp. And you take a look at his 2 seasons before that with the Hurricanes. In 40 games in 18-19, he had a goals against of 2.39. And in 19-20 and 40 games played, a goals against of 2.69. So he's a fantastic goaltender. And the Toronto Maple Leafs unfortunately did lose Frederik Andersen to the Carolina Hurricanes. He's going there for 2 years, 4.5 per. So it's kind of like a trade, I guess. They take our goalie, we take theirs. The next player I want to go over is Curtis Gabriel, as he has signed on with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Interesting signing. I like the signing. They signed him 1 year, $750. He's 28 years of age. He is from Newmarket. He's 6'4", 200 pounds. I love his game. He's not going to score for you, but he's going to be a guy who's going to be that enforcer, something that the Leafs desperately need. There were a ton of teams rumored to be in on Curtis Gabriel, and he chose to come home. So a good move there. The next thing is a 2-year deal worth 1.5 per to this 26-year-old center, David Kampf. Now, this is a terrific signing for the Leafs. Kampf, last season, the last 4 years he was in the league, he played with the Chicago Blackhawks. He's not a crazy offensive guy, but he's a shut-down player. He's going to shut down the bottom six. I really like his game. I like what he was able to do, over in Chicago. I think he's going to be really good, work really, really well in the Leafs' bottom six, potentially a third-line center, maybe even fourth-line center. The next signing the Toronto Maple Leafs made was acquiring Michael Bunting from the Arizona Coyotes. Now, this signing, I think, is one of the more underrated signings. It's a 2-year deal worth $950 per, and this is an absolute steal of the 25-year-old. This guy is going to be a Leaf for a while, I believe. He's from Toronto. He's probably going to want to play here. He's a pretty big boy. He's not tall. He's 5'11", but he's pretty bulky at 200 pounds. He had a good year over in Arizona. In 21 games, he had 10 goals, 3 assists for 13 points. So that is pretty damn good. He's a pretty physical guy, I would say. So he doesn't give you, he didn't give Arizona too many minutes, but he did play very well in the minutes he did play. I really like the signing for the Leafs. And as we get further into the video, I'm gonna kind of explain how I think the Leafs will use some of these players. And then some minor signings. Michael Amadio for $950,000. He's 25 years of age. Former third-round pick from Sault Ste. Marie. Last season he played for the Kings and the Sens. He played in a total of 25 games. He tallied just 3 points, all assists. So he may or may not make the Leafs roster. A lot of that, money, if he does end up, not making the team, I believe it's $350,000 or $400,000 that comes off the cap. So, there's ways to work around those things. Another signing is Alex Biega. He's 33 years of age. He's a defenseman making $750 for 1 year. So I think that's it's just a kind of whatever signing. So I think a lot. He probably won't play. Same thing with Carl Dahlstrom. They also signed him for 1 year, $750. And then the Toronto Maple Leafs acquired AHL defenseman Brennan Menell from Minnesota for a conditional seventh. That seventh in 2022 or 2023, not sure, goes to Minnesota if Menell ends up playing 30 games for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. So that's all the signings for the Leafs. Now, players departing. Zach Hyman, he's off to the Edmonton Oilers. I think we all kind of saw this coming. He's going there for 7 years, $5.5 million per. I think it's a pretty big overpay. I'm not gonna lie. I think they overpaid there. But that's that. Nick Foligno off to Boston, 2 years. I believe it's 4 per. So Nick Foligno will not be back. And then one of the tougher ones, Zach Bogosian. He's going back to Tampa, 3 years, $800,000 per. So that's a deal that the Leafs could have made, but it sounds like Zach Bogosian, wanted to go back to Tampa. Now, as for the ways the Leafs can utilize these players, I think it's pretty interesting. I think there's a lot of ways they can use them. And, I'm just going to start off with who I think will make the team out of these signings. I think David Kampf definitely will make the team. Same thing with Michael Bunting and Curtis Gabriel. As for the defensemen, no guarantees there. And, of course, Peter Mrazek will definitely make the team with a nice starting goaltending. Maybe not starting, but a nice goalie tandem of the two 29-year-olds, Peter Mrazek and Jack Campbell. So a total of 5.45 over there in net for the Leafs. So it's a pretty good, I would say a pretty good goalie tandem. As for Josh Ho-Sang, not sure he'll make the team. Who knows? Maybe he'll probably make the minors, but we shall see with him. And now I'm going to get into the, what I think potential line combinations could be. So I could definitely see some sort of, first line looking like maybe Michael Bunting playing on the left wing of Auston Matthews and Mitch Marner. I think Bunting, provides a scoring aspect to the Toronto Maple Leafs. He scored 10 goals in just 21 games for the Arizona Coyotes, so I think he's definitely a guy who can score. And if he's going to be playing with Matthews and Marner, I think it's definitely a move. Definitely a line I think would be really, really effective, as Bunting, he's not afraid to dig in the corners, do the dirty work. So I think that could work there. As for the second line, I do believe Alex Kerfoot is moving up to the second line wing, as David Kampf is that shutdown third line center. So I think it'll be a second line rather of Kerfoot, Nylander, and of course Tavares being the centerman. For the third line, I could see a bunch of combinations, but I could really, really see David Kampf as your shutdown third line center. I think we could bring back, you have to think about guys we could also bring back. I think Alex Galchenyuk, I would think he's probably coming back. I could really see that. Maybe he steps in that role, but with what we have right now, I think they're going to have David Kampf with Ilya Mikheyev and potentially Wayne Simmons, or potentially Pierre Engvall, and then we would have a fourth line of Jason Spezza, Curtis Gabriel, and Wayne Simmons. So that's a bit of, Spezza can provide scoring, Simmons can, have a bit of a scoring touch, and with Simmons and Gabriel, it would be a very good physical fourth line. But as for signings, I think the Leafs still need to make. I think they still need to address the sixth defenseman spot, maybe even sign 2 extra defensemen, one that's capable of playing every night, and then an extra guy. I could see Ben Hutton coming back for $750,000, and then I would think they would sign an extra bottom 6 forward. I could really see that. Maybe Alex Galchenyuk. I could even see 2. I think a name to look out for is Nick Ritchie. I think the Leafs could get rid of Pierre Engvall to free up $1.25 million, maybe even Ilya Mikheyev, but I think Pierre Engvall is a likelier guy to be on his way out. So I think the Leafs are they're nowhere near done as of right now. They have $855,000 of projected cap space. Now, of course, they could move some things around, restructure some deals. We don't know the official structures of the deals that they made. Maybe Bunting is going to make $800,000 this coming year, and then end up making 1.1 next season. Maybe Mrazek is spread out differently. Who knows? But we shall see with that. So I think the Leafs still have a few moves. Kyle Dubas has a few moves up his sleeve. But yeah, guys, that's about it for today for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'll have more videos, of course, as free agency goes along. Big night tomorrow night for the NBA, as it's the NBA draft. The Toronto Raptors hold the 4th overall pick. So tomorrow will be a busy day. I'll probably have videos up. I'll probably talk about the NHL as a whole, and the moves that went down, non-Leaf related tomorrow. So look out for that. I apologize for going on so long in this video, but if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe if you guys are new, and comment down below what you think of the Leafs moves today. Do you think they got better? I think they did. You let me know. Please like, please subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.